In a video yesterday, I showed you how to beat Virizion with Kingambit. This is the Virizion that you get from the 5-star Terra raid battles that's going to be going on for 2 weeks, by the way. We're already 1 day in, so you do still have time to go ahead and get one of these bad boys. This one, for example, only spawns on Violet, but you can find them in online Terra raid battles. So in case you're still struggling to kill it, or you want to kill it every day and beat it every day for those rewards, let me show you what the build I'm using on this Kingambit is. Okay, so let's check my summary of my Pokemon and let's go through everything. So first of all, I highly recommend being a level 100 Pokemon, having the Dark Terra type for your Kingambit. And the held item of choice needs to be the Shell Bell, because every single time you hit the Walking Leaves Virizion, you will be healing your Kingambit up every single time you hit. So it's the perfect strategy. So the move we're going to use here is Koto Cleave or Kotao Cleave. I don't know how you say this, but it's okay. It's a physical dark type move that does extraordinary damage and it never misses. So it's going to be really good at taking out Pokemon that are very weak to dark type attacks, like the Virizion Iron Leaves is going to be, because it's going to be a psychic Terra type, and we're going to be a dark Terra type, which is going to have the super effectiveness against it. Koto Cleave is a move that Kingambit can learn just by leveling up. For the ability, we have the Supreme Overlord, but it doesn't make a huge difference. This is more something that's like, some for like ranked play. So you don't really have to worry about the ability at least. So don't even worry about that. In terms of the EVs, you can obviously see here, we have a very high HP attack and defense. In terms of the EV spread I'm using here, you might think this is a little odd or interesting looking. So I have 252 EVs into attack. The interesting part here is for my defense, I've only used 80 EVs. So only 80 EVs into defense, which leaves us with 176 EVs in special defense. Now, the whole point about this Pokemon is I was boosting its defense and special defense. Obviously, it already has a really high natural defense, so I boosted its special defense a lot more so that it's more of a very well-rounded defensive Pokemon, so it stays alive a lot longer, while having its attack increased by 252, which is what we're doing, physical attacks, which are going to be incredibly powerful. In terms of the nature for the Pokemon, you're going to be using the Adamant nature that increases the attack by 10%, which you can see by the red arrow shown over here next to attack. And then by special attack, there is a blue arrow down because we're taking a 10% cut from special attack for a 10% increase into attack. That's what natures do. If you see the red arrow by attack and the blue arrow by special attack, it means you've done the nature correctly. Of course, you're also going to want to hyper train all of its IVs so that it's top in all the classes. It doesn't really need special attack, but if you want, you can hyper train every single thing. Other than that, you need best IVs or just hyper trained. And that's the build that we used for Kingambit to take on the Iron Leaves Virizion New Paradox Pokemon. During the battle, you are going to want to spam Koto Cleave as much as you can until you can terrestrialize. You'll become very powerful once you terrestrialize because you'll be able to heal yourself basically all the way up to maximum every time you attack. However, at the beginning, it might be a bit rough and you might need to rely on using cheers to do a hang tough or maybe even a heal in case you or your teammates, if you're playing online, are getting too low in HP, because this is going to come down to the timer if your teammates keep dying. But I hope you guys have good luck, and thank you so much for watching.